So as usual, we we will do some bit of meditation together. So for the meditations, so the first most important thing is your sitting posture, and which is to make yourself very comfortable with the sitting posture.
Then I no sang till them that not so cheap and they was mother little about that money no little the abudachi there no sang till they are yamega chumbush what you are something you know she today in a chibaje design a chibaje sajin a chibaje tuijan a chibaje today yet then get you right tajen on the year she tajen on the year then get you 다 레레라다 대가 노 생들라 다 대아에 매야가 최셔고 된대요 산들이야.
So we know from our own experience that that if that physical rest, if finding some moment to rest oneself physically doesn't necessarily mean that you'll be mentally you will be at peace and happy as well. So so this is to say, even like to say in our everyday life, it doesn't mean that if we have all the the possible good conditions that we could think of in our life, if in terms of our material necessities, like there's abundance of the food, clothing, and drinks, and good house, all those conditions there, even if you are all those conditions are present, but still it in fact it doesn't mean that we can be mentally could be at peace and happy, and in fact it is still possible that mentally we could be feeling very unrest and very unhappy. So so therefore after having physically finding oneself this at a very peaceful moment, so now it's also good to look into within oneself to check the mind as well. No.
Many can change such about she such about it. Her than yonder ready, she to get about it. No need said them the 10 days.
There can be two different people, who both may have exactly the same, same good living conditions. But however, the one person can be much more, generally more, happier and more could be very peaceful, whereas the other, may not have the same mentally have the same peace and happiness.
Yeah, the most than she can use a new thing that the money or that Jibare, Jenny, Jenny, Mokuba, that and Jigan, and such one do I taking on the sound of do.
So we could also in a real life situation, and how we could have two peoples, even though they are sharing the same bed. But while the one could be very can easily fall asleep and there's no problem there, whereas the other might be really tossing here and there and could really have a lot of sleeping problems. So this is also there's also this difference there, even though they both are externally they both are enjoying the same conditions.
That third son so there then no sang there said the fuck I saw church but they got it. She touches the mother. No saying is no said the so church then the delay on the other.
So what does this if you think about what does this whole experience kind of tells to us? So what it tells us is when it comes to the true happiness and the peace that we look, then this shows that the main causes for that is more to do with the more important cause is the internal causes, rather conditions, rather than the external factors or the conditions for peace and happiness.
Said no said there is then the same material met. There is that said or hella apoya, these are the little living us over them, selling myself at them. That's the legion you are. Give the dog and Nimago got the said the north in my dog, said the giant patches on which it on then Ramaraji Jagarata, Yetherchi, Ganeta, New Dutch chamber. Sang till. Sono tone segdel new Dutch. Sono tone segdel new Dutch is that segdel Mishiba tell. Take a sozo, sell Kodakon take yes one. No second take Yamason. Running sell Kodajani take yes one. Running sell Kodajan take that is Nigo Apo Kumatache. Sell hella upon me. This was a little hella calling home Sherayo. The Cocaja then Lela Maso Tajim, Sella and Maso Matebache, that in rich is on the Dona, then other Kangin called the invitation on to read them. So if you look into this, the causes of why sometimes even though the people have externally they enjoy the same good living conditions, but there's a difference in terms of their level of their peace and happiness within themselves. So when we look into these causes, then we can see that normally it's the causes. These are not something very difficult for us to understand. But if we investigate or focus on this on the cause, then the difference is about the person who is very experiencing very restlessness and very disturbed, unhappy. So it's because it's nothing to be. It's very clear in this kind of situation is nothing to do with the external factor, but rather the internal factor, which is one's own mind being very preoccupied by so many thoughts, and there is when the mind is so this person experience such restlessness, unhappiness because of all this the thoughts in one's mind, and whereas the other person who doesn't experience this, so rather just just as there's a good external conditions factors, so very as well as the person enjoy the very peace and happiness. So it shows there is no compared to the other persons, that this person doesn't have all these thoughts, disturbing thoughts filling in one's mind. So that is the major difference. So there is some sort of somehow that
that person has a fewer thought and have, whether it could be because could might have some able to controlling all this thought process. So therefore, when we think on this line, then we cannot really, if we are in a situation where we, despite all the good external factors, so if we go through this difficulty and this problem, so we cannot really blame to some other person out there or to external conditions. So where we have to blame, where we have to is the true causes, which is nothing but one's own not controlling one's mind or one's this unruly or this disturbing thoughts within yourself. Yes.
다 답변이 있다. 들리자 소소게 선도더라. 소소가 선도 돈이 로 릴rel라 되는다. 가리 좀 매주를 어서 소소가 선도 돈이 새는 못되샤래 제 용건도 와. 너도 이건 너도 못되세. 땡땡 용가래. 맞아 뭐 제대 강가도 제가 가요. 뭐 파차라 선도 돈이 새는 못돼 아니 용거야. 영화 맞추 첨부 용거야.
So there are a lot of instances. So where we can relate the cause of our problems is a lack of control of our own state of mind or our own this thought process. So this is to say how there will be a lot of instances where we might have a certain if we look inside, so there is we can identify it, that the reason why you feel down, you feel so tense and unhappy about. So if we look inside, we can actually recognize. We can able to pinpoint that it is this some kind of thought process which has been going on, and that's the main reasons, and so therefore it's like on the other hand, there could be in a other instance, so when we do not experience such restlessness, but rather if we experience very peaceful and very contented with our own situations, then in that situation, then we see that it's because why we feel that way, feel positive, is mainly, even though the external factor may have some, can be some factor, but the main cause is being able in mentally. One is actually one is very contented, one's very satisfied and feeling at rest. So that's the main cause.
다 손은 됐어. 다 손은 가서 서서상 그 사람도 그래. 손은 들리지, 손은지 땅이 서서라. 다 셀을 못 대하는 게 커. 대대 쉬체도. 그래서 니도 맞잖아. 서서 못해도 대아들 싶지 과거 산지서 들리봐 손은 코아지 제거. 얘는 단데 너만 쉬도. 대 니도 맞잖아. 다가로 대대 코체로 그래. 이제 맞자니 라마키 바지 땡땡이서 들리 파산도나 야부야래.
So it is important for us to realize, to come to understand that in order to reduce such these problems in one's life, then we have to realize that we have to reduce or to diminish the certain like a way of thinking, the certain like a the state of mind which are responsible for this or which serve as the main cause of these difficulties. So we have to do something to reduce the force of that negative states of mind, and so therefore we have to realize that until or unless we do something, we work on to reduce the force of this negative state of mind, then we cannot really. There's not much chance, possibility for one to see more peace and happiness in one's life.
That's on that. Then the shadows only among Cogaret. The Jiggy, Toba Maria, that shoot, you don't sell the irons and Yingama, positive line, Raji, called Lochin Usually, and I sushi on the rest. There's on the Jugly Kali Denketi, because she's there, Peja Apocoshing. Kong I knew the king I get it, going in yet, and calling out on sing washing there, to go out to money. King I said, that young and the senator, my senator, the Sabasha boy, like Peja, Sabasha Candidates, Sabasha Toba Maria, the man used on Sabasha boy, called Showing that. When I call son of Judge Chamba Cosuda, Kokama Kasha, Codes. That isn't my true watch out the Kavana, I true getting on it. And you put a title of get your young and the Lafayette, young Yachim, and Thomas. And I said, what Josh said that. The son, the little another, the little Mario, they should choose them. Near to sell Dia was in another rat. The rat and the Abushera, or is it?
So, in fact, so there's a great benefit for oneself in order to just knowing that the one's own state of mind and how, like as we are saying here, that how it will have a if we look within in our mind and see if you like there we see if you see there's a negative state of mind, or there's a negative like a pattern of thought process, as well as there's positive pattern of thought process, and so the how it is great benefits to actually for one to recognize that these working on just reducing the or diminishing the negative state of mind, and how this can then actually can completely change one's outlook of one's life and one's experience. So in relation with this, so if I share with this one some interaction with one bit like a younger monk, and who so just a lay person, so who now has become a very good friend of myself. So once in my the meeting, so these so guys said, who also had some knowledge about Buddhism, and so he made a comment that to me that have you actually achieved the what is called as a state of shamatha, which is like a perfect state of single-pointed concentration of calm abiding. And And then, but I replied that unfortunately not. And however, he made that the comment because he probably felt that I was, looking fairly, calm persons. And so the guy asked the question, what is your secret of this? And then my secret is just nothing but just working on, like getting rid of, knowing my own mind, and just working on getting rid of all these negative states of mind. And so the guy really appreciated this piece of advice. And then later on, in some time later, it was from the distance. He might have he might have seen me, but I didn't take notice. But then later on, when he met, he said, "Oh, I waved at you, but you didn't even take note of me." But he said, "Oh, I didn't see you." So he became very close. So point I'm making here is that it's just the same thing, which is to the benefit or the of working on one's just to getting rid of as much as possible, to getting rid of negative state of mind, in terms of enhancing more peace, stability, and happiness in one's life.
I say I not get any common body. I mind very happy. I say. He said, "Oh, how do mind happy making?" He asking me. I say, "You negative mind very less. You do. You happy coming." He completely done it. Really, few minutes, he complete relaxed. Really. Really, that's Sandup the really. Children Sandup, right? 다 대선도도 다 대라용다 진리 nense 야 다선 대도다 래 다선 대래들 다 하고 내가 nense 아부시 그래지다.
So just anyone can find the peace within, the more if one could calm one's mind from all these disturbing thoughts.
That's 대가서 다 내내 소설 내가 시비가 다 사람은 드니가 다 내제나 진 통물로 다들 세다엔도 다거라 세다엔도 다니 코로다가로 냐대야 마이모 콜 세다엔도 뭐 너 손으로 가래서 손돈데 용은데 다 용은데나 코파 세다엔도 뭐 되지 드니진 손으로 나요 세대 말해 땡땡로 로틴데 그지다 난데 간데서 용은데서 파선을 저러면 세코로 너 간데서 시행데 너 세다예나면아 내 손으로 또한 너지응이 제나 잔적은 되지 드니지 손으로 또 나요 때 세대 헬레스 제스 패를 다 손들 또 그래서
So the one technique to to counteract the negative state of mind is to just to have a close look, or just to observe that mind, negative state of mind itself. So you see, if you focus, you simply focus on the nature of that negative state of mind itself. How just looking at the what's the causes which give rise to this negative state of mind, and what kind of the impulses it has on one, in terms of what is it wanted you to do, and to think, is it possible for one to actually fulfill that what the mind influences one you to do, whether that is, or not. So sometimes if you focus or you investigate you look at the nature of the mind and investigate that the negative state of mind itself, and somehow you will notice that it actually is somehow it's beginning to subside. It's as if it begin to lose its own force.
Đó sẽ là cả sai là tôi cho mình được số sản này thì tên đây là đó nằm mình đã lôi sát chỉ cho mình được số sản đến đi lôi chỉ lệ ya不写了呀
if you also consider as you focus on this this negative or very uncalm state of mind, so you also check whether is there any remedy to that or not. So as a effect of this close observation of this state of mind, one's own state of mind, so there is, you notice that it started to you'll in fact that's the diminishes that the force of this negative state of mind. And now one of the main reason why it diminishes is just nothing but because it's the outcome of you being in that moment you've been you've been letting your mind actually abide within yourself. When you're focusing on your mind, it's like you are abiding your mind, your thought within yourself, rather than being under the influence of like external distractions. So therefore this is the one way you can understand that how the as a result of bringing the mind inward, letting the mind rest within oneself, and how this has is benefit one in terms of enhancing peace and happiness.
That's something. That's son of death or Sandri, son of death or Tension, son of Abushuji, Langre. You're the lawyer, the Shani, Medea Yonke Co, lawyer, the Chamachin, Yellow Medea, and God know what. Chorostana, Rante would. That tell right up on treasure, so. Lotena Senam, Shiva, the longer I ever shoot you, Rosa. Yaneta, Thunder. Coil Martin, may yell Medea Monkeria, Coil treasure, Kish and the thou coin is there's a call it treasure upon you, call countries by don't they shouldn't draw it by you to see the Nichiga. Don't know, sang till Ota, the nigger tam Medea by Shandra, the nig, and no by apple, sort of shining red.
So it's like within ourselves. So there are certain state of mind which has the pattern of whenever it arises, then it has the effect of disturbing one, bringing disturbance within oneself. And but then when you do not have this kind of mind within yourself, then when you notice that there is there's some sort of sense of peace and happiness. So in a way, we learn here. It's like through observing one's own state of mind. It's like almost like an opening to a new directions. It's almost like showing one's new like a guide, new way to find finding peace and happiness.
Yeah, that's on three part of the go jay nanga shivji lake, that's also go jade nongi mi bachela jin ten then you are. That's on the go negata the lake. Go jan sosa pendo yaban. Ra go jatu say takanga didn't lay with the item. Another go jay jan the rest in there.
So we are just considering all this topic, all this issue, just to show, just to develop the benefit, benefit of engaging in meditation practice. So the benefit is very obvious. Is very obvious in the sense that with the meditation, when we engage in meditation practice, so really where our main task is to really direct our mind or the mental focus on the meditation objects, and let the mind rest there. And in this way, we preventing such outgoing thought or mental distractions, and then which are normally these are the source of disturbances.
Sono tetra go jaja ngene ro sege shide mala ba suje shoji le ndo sege dia manya ba suje shoji le suje je dong de ta tni sono ko ndu ai ta de ji sono ya bon ko na tni ya bu ya de de.
So the meditation is, in a sense, is like is a way to which will enable us to how to protect the peace, the inner peace and happiness within ourselves, and while it helps one to counteract those factors which brings the disturbances.
Sono tetra sangene so go yabu jan that seg data dingene seg de chu pa ta isan sono tetra ga se den na de se yung do le den na de se do se ma de na de wo me le ma de na de wo me se do sono yabu ngene to ga da cha so ra han zhe zu ya ma le ma de nga de mo de se nga ko se nga de mo de le chin do nga de se de she bo mo chin zo zu yu do 덜 손은 야버지도 그래. 레 대화는 나 대화용 하다. 새 대화는 나 대화용 하다. 레 대화면은 새 대화면 나 말이야. 나 셔보면 봐도. 새 셔보면 나 셔보면 때 커서 느리다 로그니가. 라 나 지금 대화제 새도 내일 대화제 로그 좋아. 내가 다 야고 손도 봐. 다 야고 손도래. 제일로도 건지 야고 주나. 새란 내비가 레란 내비가 당아서 사진 투셔라 소더니 야 되지 뭐 추정 제 타바 용 그래. 다 대노제 새마다 마반데서 다른 노제래더니 그래 고자 디가 다다 거를 새노죠. 새마다 제랑 아주 자문데 그래. 콜라 바사 콜라 닝가라 땐디 다 새마다 예티쇼를 만들어 왔지 새티투 레테네 테테 매베티 테소다 세드 마테테 세치치 수그르로 단 리세닝 같으니 야보지 용어다 테 년에 저러선 도가래
So in another word, so we in everyday life, when we say I'm happy or I'm not. So and there is a reason when we say that. There is a reason for that, and the reason is normally either we say you are not happy because you have some health. You're not feeling well. Physical. You have some health problems. You are sick, or could be because of some. So you say in a sense when you are if you have some physical health problems, so that can be a cause that you can say I'm not happy. So there can be also at the same time there can be some other factors which when they are in not right, then you will say again I'm not happy, and then also even though you might go, have all these other conditions are all in place, but if your mind or mentally there's something's bothering you and something very you find it very disturbing, again you would say I'm unhappy. So in that case you're pointing to your mind. There's something within, like emotions, disturbance. So you point there. So in this way, what we understand here is also the relationship. This between ourselves and our our mind and our body. And other living conditions. So likewise on the positive notes, we can also say when we enjoy good health, we will say you feel very good, and you'll be able to say I'm happy. So similarly, mentally, regardless of other condition, but when you're mentally in a very good, like a state of happiness, you'll be in a position to say, I am happy. So in this way now, what we are looking here is like how, just as much as like if our reason for being not happy is something to do with our health, then we, as we always do, then we will take some actions to improve the health, whether it is to do with something, the hygiene or some exercise, whatever, we will do that. So in the same way, it is also important for us to occur to us that the one very important reason is that because we are nothing to do with our physical health or other condition, but it to do with our there's something in our mind which because of which we say I'm unhappy. So so therefore, this is what we have to understand, that this is where the reason why we then engage in meditation practice. And not only that, we find that it is only the meditation practice which is the most effective tools to overcoming such the problems of difficulty related to our mind.
Little saying, Yapuchi Suang, other Sosa Chena, Sosa engaging you. There are Master Sosa that young you. Just as never she gets Naza. Say Naza to the Dutch secretary. Sosa little Monte bigger. They said little Naza, Sosa never chair. Then no jagger sell Monte was there, while some the sell Mada Sosa never chair. So never she was so much. So pet was so much. Other thing was she would do. Wrong a roller never shall, mother was she yamare. Wrong roller pet to the mother she yamare. Wrong roller pet to another was she yamare. You know that tell you Yapusan Doga, you know that. In the young Linga, yes, the mother. She was Zumbo Chena, so get and so get yes one. Longa, yes, she was Maraja, so that yes one. You know, so never yes one. Is that then you get so some don't Yapuya that, tongue it one Trindoga, tongue under Kanchi. Mother, it was another Kangache, True Chomo Zumbo, no attending, going in market, and no Mokesia, knowing it, like Sheva, Mam Chatomanga, Sheva, yes, in the serving us, your mother. Today, Samba things, Mother, Union days, Daniel is also night. Then you told Tomashata is. Trobo the true to me, Zombie no baranga, Lloyd the shining, it gets any share. I take by a case in Chinwriter. Come, I will get it and check to the terrace now.
So I've been saying a lot of things, but you have to understand that it's a lot of things coming out because I don't see myself, even though I'm sitting on this throne as a somebody different from all of you, but rather I see myself as exactly same as everyone here, and we are trying to share my this the knowledge on the base of the everyone being a very close and very good friend. So there are a few more to add to before we start the meditation. So remember that what the Lord Buddha had said, that that you are you can be a master of your own self, and as well as you can be an enemy of your own self. Now, this is what the Buddha has said here is very true. That sometimes in a lot of time we don't actually realize that, but actually we are our own worst enemy. In terms of we think of how even like the physical health, sometimes we are very irresponsible to our hygiene, good health of the body. So when we use talk about the term like an enemy, calling someone an enemy, so what that means is enemy is someone who brings harm to you. So therefore, there are a lot of instances in our life where we are harming ourselves, to our own like physical health, and to being not responsible our own emotion, the emotion and the way of thinking, and also we can be harming ourselves a lot. So in essence, when we talk about the Buddha's, this Buddha's saying about how you can be the friend of yourself. So he's talking about we can be best friend of ourselves if we trying to adopt the right actions of our body, speech, and the mind in our life. If we work on that, then we can be by creating the right actions of the body, speech, and mind. Then we can be our own best friend, our own best protectors. Whereas instead of that, if we are being very irresponsible of our own actions of body, speech, and mind, and our actions, all what we create is all more unwholesome and very negative, destructive, then, as the Buddha said, then we become our own like the worst enemies.
So Tonchen said, don't judge Jadamando, Sharoni Yel Jubatel Sidun, said the Apuno, Yapu, Pandabache. Then Hele, Nate, the deck. Yetonio, Sharadan Icon Rosandio, so that Tin Sort in Sharadan Matuade, Yun Cora Pan, so young Cora is Rosos, saying so, Jenny.
So we will start the meditations now, and make sure that so you feel comfortable with sitting, and then relax your body. And then trying to, as you direct, trying to get rid of all the like outgoing thoughts. So in fact, as you put an effort to stop all this, the mind from just wandering, all over the places. So just trying to let the mind completely rest or abide inside, within yourself, and then as this in these meditations. So here in this the object where we should be directing our mind, in fact, if you can, to like 100% focus of the mind just on the breath, which incoming and outgoing breath, and then trying to think as you're trying to keep the focus on the breath, and if you feel that the mind is not or about to to take off from this focus, then again, without getting too much like a frustration, but just simply again, focus on the breathing and just put the mind back onto the breathing, and then just maintain this, just trying to maintain this or continue this meditation by just mentally counting or being aware of the incoming and outgoing breath. So we now would chant the Buddha's mantra, and then again just you still continue the meditation, but to however to shift your focus to the instead of to the sound of the mantra as we chant.
Taya ta Om Muri Muri Maha Muri Soha 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 Taya ta Om Muri Muri Maha Muri Soha. So if anyone has questions, so maybe we'll take one or two questions, or otherwise we'll finish for tonight. So, on a regular basis, so it's good to do some meditation practice, and the knowing that the
that the focus of the practice is really to training our mind, and we should also know that our mind is actually like a trainable, if you like, and it, but however, we have to be very gentle with the mind, and slowly, as we look to mind closer, and then we can influence, or can have the through effort we can change or the mind to habituate into more like a positive way of thinking, and while the preventing the negative way of thinking also.
Tarisha, Tini Loju Chena, Lila, Degala, Salela, Yunga, Janada, Sag Song to use was running. Is a Tatana, like Theologian, and good. Lila, says our Hela Shin Jumoji. The little lodger standing on the theologians and on the Shibuchi, Mazella Peng. But the I love Gagger, theologians, Shibuchi, Peng. Chatella Fedder is that's on dead on upon the 100 days later, future. Yeah.
So there's a tremendous benefit in terms of to working on on bringing on like the bringing like a peace within our mind, and which has, if the having more peaceful state of mind is not only, it also benefits the one's, or improves one's even the physical health as well, and particularly to knowing the how through the how it is possible, to knowing that it is possible to bring some peace and happiness through training or through working on our mind. So this such kind of knowledge have not only have benefit now, but even, and in fact you will find that as you ages, get older. So in fact this kind of method would have a you will find that you find more benefit, reaping a more benefit out of this kind of mind training.
The little then said hello on your lodge and I'll temper yard. That thing I'll fend to Shuji, Jaggy yard. Thing I'll yes, and I'm a correction. That she said to stairs the letter, and is the letter, said the thing, then the shataje, then the till lodge tell telling would do. The Tangi, Nyon Tempezoni, but I show yet show it in the second madam, and Nyon Tempezoni, it's that Charlotte Ma, the Jerry, but on Nyon in the second madam.
So I always tell to people that it's not that I have some extraordinary knowledge and some experience to share with you, but the one little thing that I personally find it very useful is the working on and being able to, through making some effort, being able to bring the calmness in the mind, that I find it very beneficial, which allowed me to really enjoy my life, and make me completely content myself, when everything, when we, in this all the good physical, material condition we have, and then just be there and enjoy. So, so that's the small things that that I've been, even if maybe not a great knowledge, but that's a small things that I've been trying to share with others.
Small monk, very simple monk, not simple
Experience.
Experience, small experience. Very ordinary monk, very small monk, ordinary monk, small experience. Dhamma Sitari, small, I have that, I help me. They help me. Good mind help me. I said, happy mind, I said, from good mind. Not outside. I did not, happy mind, good, happy coming. Lots of million dollars, no happy coming mind. Coming upset mind, come. Why? There's no good mind. Bad mind here. Here inside. Outside have lots of money, anything had. Inside all jealous, all. And another one, competitive. Another one, price. I hire, you low. Here. All that, no happy here. Happy mind here, all that. Here. Very happy bring, very peace, happy peace. And speak, happy speak, everybody happy. Peace you show, everybody happy, just really you show that. From in good mind. Yes, really good mind, I said, my treasure. Your treasure in bank, my treasure here. Happy mind, my treasure. All my friend, my teacher, my father, my mother, that's all there. My sister, the big, all there. Happy mind, all that. You ponder that. Thank you very much.